How do I know all about Luda? How do I sound so good with the Luda, being up in Canada and all that? Well, I used to live in Tennessee, and I got to know a lot of people in Texas. And one of those things was this Z3d0 Clan video, and I met Zero not in person, but on the internet. Well, it's probably impossible to find out, but there was his hacker people that called Ludacris when he was at a restaurant one time. And I don't even think it's up anymore. They were known as Z3d0 Clan, and they were like this hacker group in America at the time. And they used to go around hacking kids online, hacking people, messing up people's team speaks and whatever. And they used to crank call people, and that was one of the person they crank called. And Luda was such a humble guy. He even opened up to them and was like, yeah, I'm over at this restaurant in Texas, and that's my restaurant, yada, yada, and da-da-da. And they were like, oh, yeah, really? And it was kind of like some nerdy thing, but for me, it opened up my eyes to Luda a bit. Like, I knew Luda was this very successful African-American artist and whatnot. But it was like, hey, he's a really nice guy. They called his real phone and whatnot, and he seemed nice, and he went with the whole process, kind of like any other interview. He wasn't racist, because back then I was like, oh, Luda's going to be racist or something, say like, you're a bunch of honkies and all that. But he did. He was really nice and all that. Because those were little white kids back then. And there's always been that, but Luda was one of those guys, he put his hand out, and that was a long time ago, back in 2007 or something. It was so small of a video. Not many people have even seen that. Well, that's when I first heard about him. But I know quite a few people in Texas. As I was talking about HostGator, I was a customer of HostGator for probably about 10 years, 15, maybe 10 years. Consistent. And I know one of their head guys over there, he goes by Crusader. Might even be the owner. Because I remember he called me one time. I wish I had it on video. He was in a really nice home. And he was always a smart kid, that guy. Well, we were kids back then, sort of, I felt like, but he was older than me. But he hopped on just like he was a normal sort of college kid, because that's sort of what maybe he thought I was. And he was in this like big home. But he was he was so humble of a guy, that Crusader. But that's how a lot of them are in Texas. Jeremy Lutner out in Katy. And my friend Keaton out in Waco. Like, man, those guys taught me so much. I gained so much knowledge from Texas. Not just the rap, but even people that you would never find a picture of. Some folks just don't. Well, Keaton sent me a photo a long time ago, but unfortunately I do not have the hard drive anymore. And what are we supposed to do? And I see that now. My friends from Texas, Keaton can't. Keaton used to be that type of person you'd think he would be able to come up and save you. But Keaton can't come up and save you. So that photo's gone, and I don't think he will ever send it back, because he sent it the one time, and he had a neck beard. And had I have known now, it would have been a famous neckbeard photo. If I still would have had it. Because by now I'm into, I don't know, he's on Reddit. What's it? Keaton Side Effects. Okay, what did he even name himself after? Alright, but he's on Reddit. Keaton Zero, I believe is what he goes by. He's a good guy. Very smart. His computer work. I think he works with the central banking system. Anyways, but other than that, Luda Active Full, I got it downloaded. I can edit it now. And whatnot. Ludacris, yeah. My brother John Gotti was a big fan of Ludacris too. That's where I first heard of Ludacris. But then it was The Fast and the Furious, Too Fast, Too Furious. That one I watched several times when I was a kid. So many times. I really liked the Asian girl as a kid with the pink car. Ludacris. Yeah, I watched that one. And what else? All the different ones. The one where he's got the big head, the one with the dog on the CD cover. And then he did that chicken and beer. Who doesn't love chicken and beer? With a good country biscuit, some pickle chips on the side. That's what I want as a deep fryer, so I can make. Well, I have an air fryer, but I want to get a deep fryer, and I will. Just depends on which company wants to work with me or whatnot, or who knows how I'll get one. But I'll get a deep fryer so I can make some southern fried chicken, kind of like Ludacris and everyone else does down there, and Nashville fried chicken. I got cayenne pepper and whatever. That ain't a problem. And my air fryer is only so good. I like it to be deep fried sometimes. Because I don't want to go spend my big money at the restaurant. Hey, I've been past those days. And maybe, it's a very, very special thing for me. And it's addicting for a lot of the ones, eh? So that's why they can't have some of them. Believe it or not, if they didn't go to the restaurant as much, they could afford a side-by-side or whatever this thing is, like the golf cart. But yeah, no, I changed my ways. You cook at home, and you save a lot of money. I bet you Ludacris cooks at home a lot. You just didn't know. Same with, what's his name? DJ Paul. He cooks at home a lot, too. He's a great cook. And Project Pat. He's even on First We Feast. But he's been doing his cooking thing for a long time. Huge motivation to be like a man, sort of like how he is, but still handle like your your soft man business, like being a nice, kind individual, nice, kind man. That's what DJ Paul also teaches you. He doesn't just teach you about being some rough and tough gangster. He's also very sweet. He'll get in the kitchen. He cooks. Yeah, he's delicately holding chicken. Because believe it or not, at one time he held a reputation where, he was, all you could think about was him, how he gutted a fish or cleaned it up or whatnot. You just didn't, or maybe he ate it like a savage. I don't know how you thought DJ Paul ate it. Probably thought he bit the head off a bat and eat the bat's head. But that's what the cooking shows. That's what I thought of him until I seen his cooking shows. Back in 2007 or whatnot. 2008. When he first appeared. Anyways, not when he first appeared. They've been around for a long time. When did I first see 3-6? My friend Justin Batdorf had a friend. I can't remember his name now. He was Italian too. He's an Italian gangster sort of kid with the baggy sort of standout clothes. I'd never seen him before, but he was something I always wanted to be back then. His parents were with it. My daddy was never with it. Like, he wanted me to wear it for a reason. Because my dad wore blue jeans and boots, and he didn't want me to wear that stuff. But anyway, there's this one kid that was part of one of those families, sort of a mob family, was actually doing pretty good when it came to the money and whatnot. And the dad and the mom let them smoke weed dro and eat munchies, listen to 3-6 Mafia, he had a computer. Like his parents were cool, they would have said, But that's what I remember. I went into his bedroom. He turned on 3-6 Mafia. He said, look at these guys or something. And then he played them. I was like, yeah, I like this. I think I heard about these ones with that Pop My Collar was on the radio. He showed me the underground when she's getting into their underground stuff. Damn, it gets that gutter, in this world. That wasn't what it taught me. It started me growing, I guess. No, but it was like, dang, okay, it gets like that over here. Like, machete lifestyle type. I don't know how to explain, but it got like that. Anyways, I learned that, and then I became a big fan. I got my mom to buy that 3-6 Mafia. The one that was acclaimed by the Oscars or whatever. Or more than acclaimed. Won an Oscar. The Most Known Unknown. We bought that album. I got my mom to buy me that album when it first came out. It was in Best Buy. Yeah, I bought that album in Best Buy.